Hey guys, welcome back to Motorcycle Rewind. Today we're back with the Yamaha XS1B 1971, and today we're going to be changing the fork oil to see if this suspension in the front gets a little bit better. So I'm going to go ahead and set you guys up right here. We're going to go. It's a pretty easy job. I'm going to get you set up right in here. Basically, the only thing you have to do is there's a drain plug under here, and then unscrew the cap on the top. So it's a Phillips head. They do hide it up underneath, so you do have to get underneath there to get it. I like to catch it in a measuring cup so I can see how much was actually in it, so I know how much to put back in. So let's see. Hopefully this isn't going to be too gross. They do put the drain plug in the best possible position. It'd be nice if I had my glasses on. Okay, getting it out. There we go. Now we want to look for the screw. Yeah, it is pretty gross. So we'll let that drain. We'll pop this off. This is you can see the size of the nut here on top, or whatever the thing's called. So just go ahead and unscrew this guy, and that should help it to drain a little freer. And then we'll just wash it out with some brake clean, pump it a few times, make it a little easier. Hopefully I don't have to remove the the handlebars to get to it. So now that you guys see what I'm doing, I'll put you back down. Just keep going. Get this guy out of the way, okay. That should make life a little easier. There, you can see it's starting to come out a little bit more now. Yeah, you can really see it starting to come out now. Let me just get you situated. Yeah, it's really starting to come out. So you just got to get this guy all the way off. There we go. Apparently it holds on the turn signals. Those cables need to be rerouted. That's not where they need to be. And these original gray cables were kind of cracked, so I guess the people, when they did their restoration, they just put some of that split loom over it, which is kind of, I'd rather see the cracked ones than that. So I may pull it off just because, first off, these cables need to be rerouted so they're out of my way. And, yep, a little bit more. Slow going on this guy. So I can go this way. Let me do this. Let me get a towel just to cover that tank right there, just because I have a feeling that that turn signal is going to swing and cause some ruckus on that paint. So let's go ahead and just cover it. Let's cover that. Now I can bang on it all I want. Again, just slow going. My juice is still dripping out on the bottom. Doesn't look too bad. May not have enough in there. Or it may just be that it's the wrong weight, or there is an upgrade that you can do when the suspension gets tired with a little length of PVC pipe just to preload the springs a little bit. All right, we're getting close now. Got to be getting close. Oh, that's it. We got it. It worked. Oh, looks like they did have the springs preloaded already, which was probably part of my problem. So we're going to drain out the rest of this, let it drain, and then we'll get back to you when we put it back together. Okay guys, so while it was draining, I went ahead and pulled up the XS1B owner's manual that I have. And just I wanted to check a couple of things. First off, I wanted to check fork oil capacity compared to how much I got out of it. So you can see right here, fork oil capacity says 7.5 ounces. And here, looks like we've only pulled out about, let me get to the side I can see. Looks like it's a little less than 6 ounces. So that could be part of the problem while we're bottoming out. The other thing I wanted to check is I wanted to pull up a diagram of the front forks and to see, just to make sure this piece that popped out first was just a shim that was put in, and it was. You can see it doesn't belong in here. So we're going to put the right amount of fork oil, because I would imagine that another 2 ounces of fork oil will probably equal to that, and it won't balance out. It won't bottom out, because right now you come off the stand, or even while you're riding it, you can push up and down and you're feeling it bottom out on this. So we're going to see if that works, if that helps. So let's get back over to here. Let's get back to the bike, and we're going to clean it out with some brake clean. Let me put this dirty guy down. We'll clean it out with some brake clean. And it's still got a blanket on it, like it's trying to take a nap, like an old lady. So let's go ahead and get this guy out and pop up the brake clean, and then just clean it all out. Try not to make the biggest mess in the world, but just try to get it clean. Hit it a couple of times. Yeah, it's starting to run clear. Make sure I got it out. See if I can push this guy down. You hear it bottoming out on the other side? That's the other side. So I think just by pulling that shim out, that is preloading that spring too much and not giving us the bounce back that we need, and it's just smashing into it. So let me let this drain, and then we'll get back to you guys. Okay guys, we're back. Have the fork oil right here. Make sure I'm at the right side so you can see. It's supposed to be at about 220 cc's, and that's about where we are considering where we were before. It's almost 2 ounces more. So because we were a little under about 5.5 last time, this is supposed to be 7.5. So I'm going to go ahead and pour this in. And this is the same measuring cup that I did it in. I just cleaned it out really good. And then we'll just load this in, get all of it. And then we're going to put the cap on. We're going to put the cap on. We're going to put it back together minus those shims and just see if it if it just doesn't bottom out, if it runs a little, if it rides a little better and all that, because it was just, I don't know, it's one thing to put a shim in, but that's like a 2+ inch shim. So it's compressing the spring, and who knows how long it's been in there. We may need to, and then you put the less oil in. So that's why I like checking with the, I like to download or find the actual owner's manuals that came with the individual models, because if you're going from a, they're different, the mount is different for the XS2. The forks are built differently. So if you're just using one and it's the wrong model, or even a later XS650, then it's going to change. So let me see if this makes a difference. Got it in there. Let me, before I go too far, let me just pump it a little bit. Just to bleed it a little bit before I screw it in all the way. It definitely, it's not bottoming out like it was before, so it already feels better. Let me back this off. If you guys were paying attention, you realize that I just forgot to put the turn signal, since it's got to go right there, and it's got a little tab that it's keyed, so it just goes right on. Now, so I'll share with you guys the fountain I got working over there. Hopefully it's not making anybody feel like they have to go to the bathroom hearing that my evaporous fountain going on. So let me just screw this in, and then I'll tighten it up, and then it's doing the same thing on the other side. I will, I'm not going to force you guys to watch me tighten this up, and then I will reroute this and I'll get back to you. But before we do, I'll share with you my little fountain I got going on over here. So you can see this is the tank off of my wife's motorcycle. It's a Honda CB 400A Honda-matic, and inside the tank we had to clean, and so I didn't have enough evaporous to fill the whole tank. I sat there, it sat there probably half full. I'm waiting on some to come in, so I just went and got a pump from Harbor Freight, and then ran a line, so it just keeps it moving, and it's actually working out pretty good, you know, for what's going on right now. And I'll just let it run. I ran it yesterday, and then I pressure washed it this morning, and then I got back to, hooked it back up, you know. Plus the reason why I had to change everything, it was on the back of the three-wheeler, I was using the three-wheeler as my workstation. So let me just get back to putting this thing back together, and I'll get back with you guys. Okay guys, so we have it all back together now. You can see, if you remember before, the steering was really, the handlebars were really loose, but that's all set now. We shimmed them up in the middle in the bushings here, and we got the fork oil changed. So that's it. Let's look and see what else we have to do on the XSB, right? So here we go, right here. You can see I got to sort out the left turn signals, do a tune-up. He wants to source a correct front wheel. We did change the fork oil. I've got to fix the battery hold down, waiting on the part to come in. And we just fixed the handlebars, and then we'll change the oil. Kind of the last thing we do after we tune it up, we'll change the oil and all that, and everything else will be good. So that's it. Till next time, guys. Thanks a lot for watching. We'll see you next time.